What's good, y'all? J Boogie in full effect mode. Bun down is the sound. You know how we do. This is, of course, the Lounge Presents podcast, and we are maxing and relaxing. Just
Yes, sir.
coming out of this heat wave. You know what I'm saying? Our first heat wave of the year, probably one of many. Because climate change is real.
Yes.
God damn! Look what
It's
y'all
not. It is
done!
not. It's not a myth. It's not a myth.
Look what y'all done!
Oh, right.
Now,
Come
now
on.
we getting it, didn't we? Oh my god. It's so hilarious though. Like we can't say boo about the weather. We honestly can't
hmm
because it's completely our fault.
Right. And everybody was complaining about the winter, how long it just extended, and now everybody's like, oh, it's too hot, and it's kind of like, come on, man. Like, when are you gonna be satisfied?
Yo, and it's supposed to I think we're looking at it's supposed to be a super El Nino year. And usually when that happens, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't hit until a year later.
hmm
So if this is a super El Nino year, that makes next year even hotter. God damn.
Mm.
You know, it's crazy because so it gets hotter, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? Everyone who has air conditioning is gonna, they're gonna run them ting up on blast 24/7, right?
Right.
It's gonna use up all that energy, or even more energy, right?
hmm
So not only are we responsible for our how we feel now, we are contributing to it in real time. Yeah, I bet you didn't think the episode was gonna start like this.
No. I thought we were
he's
gonna
like,
get into the hip hop shit right
he's like,
away,
whoa! I
but
didn't know he's going there. No,
no.
it's just just
Left
like
turn.
random thoughts.
It's all good. Yeah, I get
Random
random
thoughts.
thoughts all the time.
Yeah, we don't that's the first time that we've ever cold open like that on the pod. So there you go.
Oh
You, you're
wow, I'm
you're
honored.
you're one
I'm
of the
honored to be a
first.
part of
You've got
that.
it yeah,
For
you're on the
real.
list of first. There you go.
Sweet.
Now this gentleman that I'm speaking with right now that you see before you is someone who I personally have been familiar with for a minute, but obviously this is the first time we've ever done something like this. We haven't even had real major conversations. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just been like, you know, DMs here and there,
hmm
right?
Right.
So, having been familiar with you for a minute, but not really knowing much about you, I was looking forward to doing this because this is going to give us that chance to deep dive and unpack who the hell Kuya is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Yes, yes. And that's like why I'm excited for this. That's why I was like,
Okay.
this has to happen no matter what, because this is like a stepping stone in my career, you know?
Hey. So, as I was saying, been knowing about, about this man.
Jay, it's a little muffly right now. It's hard to hear
Oh,
you.
for real?
Yeah,
Is this better?
better, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder
Mhm.
if it's a connect. I hope
I
the
think
mic is actually okay.
it might be the mic cable. It sounds like it's like coming loose or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Mm,
Okay, how does it sound now?
it sounds clear. I can hear it now. I can hear you.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah, because as soon as you said it was doing that, I was like, oh shit, I hope the mic cable's okay.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, been knowing about this man's for a minute, but really didn't know like shit all about this man's. You know what I'm saying? You were like this mysterious figure.
Yeah,
Like
I know. I know.
who
That's
is
why
this man? You know what I'm saying?
it's time to unpack and reveal the man behind the mystery. Hey.
I'm saying? So Saying that, let's start off the way we always do. Why don't
Sure.
you break down for us how you were first introduced to hip hop culture?
There's a lot of instances where I thought that this or that was like how I was introduced to hip hop, but I can say that Tupac was the first time I felt connected to hip hop and introduced to it. When I heard Changes and like Dear Mama when I was a kid, and probably Nas. Like when I was born, Nas came out with Illmatic, right? Like I was born in '93. I think Illmatic came out in '94 or '95, and Biggie came out around that time too. So like a lot of '90s hip hop, Mobb Deep. Um, it's not like my parents were listening to that either. It was stuff that just caught my ear as a child. Things
Mm,
that
mm.
I resonated with because I listened to the lyrics actually and how it affected me. So yeah, there's also that. There's that, and there's also just being part of the generation that enters like the matrix, the internet, right? The internet opened up so many possibilities for people like me, my age, who got into hip hop through like Windows Media Player and just finding libraries of um, dope hip hop albums on blog spots and like LimeWire, that whole era, right? But me and my brother were deep into it. Like we were digging really hard for like the Foreign Exchange, Nicolay, um, Little Brother was like the first group that me and my brother got into that really got us into underground hip hop. That's a
Okay.
different sector, right? Like there's mainstream hip hop in the '90s and the 2000s. Like in the 2000s, it was like Tele Kweli, there was Most Def, um, Common. Um, 2005 was like the beginning of everything because Common came out with B, and that changed my life. Hearing Dilla's beats, hearing Kanye's beats, and then hearing how conscious he was about his music and how real his topics were when he spoke into these tracks, right? So I really connected with Common, and I still listen to his music like all the time. But yeah, that whole like era of Dave Chappelle Block Party, you know, like all those cats, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, Black Thought, Kanye, Dead Prez, um, the Fugees. Yeah, the Fugees too. That's another one. And I just realized your name is Jay Boogie, and I think Lauren Hill goes by L Boogie sometimes.
True
So
that.
that's dope. Yeah, I had to put that connection there.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So answer me this: where were you first hearing music?
At my Lola's, like my grandmother's apartment, there was a piano there. There was a record player. She would play me Elton John, Daniel. My real name is Daniel. That's my government name, right? Same as like MF Doom, Daniel Dumale, but I go by Daniel Canetta. And my Lola wanted to show me this song, and and then I started listening to like more older music and got like hip to like '70s, and my mom put me onto '80s music because she grew up in the '80s. So like yeah, it's just always been around in my life, no matter where I was. My
Yeah.
cousin taught me how to play piano for the first time, and
Okay.
that's where I learned how to play chords and like learn how to like hear things by pitch and like by ear, right? And that's why I'm able to incorporate that too into my beats or my music. It's because I have that training or I have that practice in me, and I'm not the most skilled person on the piano or guitar, but I can pick up anything and try at least, right? It's all about
True.
trying. It's about attempt and like trial and error and just learning. It's just a learning curve, right?
No doubt. No doubt. You mentioned that you weren't hearing hip hop at home. So what was being played at home when you were growing up?
Hmm. Well, the home that I can think of is my mom's mom, my Lola Priska. She had a record player at her house, and I ended up destroying it because I didn't know how to hook it up to a receiver. I played with like a little like sewing pin and like spin the turntable just so I can hear the sound of the record, and I thought that was beautiful enough for me to like
Oh
do.
wow,
Yeah, I
crazy.
know. That was my experience
Oh
with like
wow.
music in my Lola Prisca's house. Um, but yeah, what I heard in that house was just the radio. There was
Okay.
always a Sony radio, a yellow
Yeah.
Sony radio that I would listen to, and that's what I grew up on. And long drives to the states, I would listen to the radio all the time. So it would just be a plethora of things, right?
Right.
Different genres, different moods. My dad was a folk artist in a way. He he was a folk artist. I can say that he played by ear. He learned how to play guitar by ear, and he could play beautifully. But yeah, around when before my dad passed away in '07, I picked up Dilla's Donuts album, and it was me and my brother. We were at St. Vital Mall at the HMV before everything closed down, and like, um, my brother was like, "You need to listen to this because like he just passed away out of respect." And I was 11 and he was 12, and like who in their right minds when they're like young, would listen to something so obscure, but at the same time, it opened our ears. It made me realize that I don't just like soul music as a way to make music or sample or dream of making music to sample and like make beats. I can enjoy other genres that are in the mix. Like that's why Dilla Donuts was like the holy grail for me. Yeah.
It's a pretty major record, Donuts.
Hmm. Yes,
It's
sir.
it's incredibly pivotal because it was, I mean, obviously the last record he ever did, which is, if you look at the span of his career, super late in his career.
Yeah.
But a lot of people caught on to Dilla through Donuts. That was, for a lot of people, that was their first introduction to Dilla,
Yeah.
which is why that record was so pivotal, because the immense discography he already had before that,
Hmm.
the introduction to all that was Donuts.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It was such a gateway record for a lot of Dilla fans.
Yeah, that's how I got into Dilla. I just didn't know how much he contributed to the culture. I listened to Run In at least once in my life before I knew about Dilla, like by the Far Side. Or I listened
Yeah.
to God Till It's Gone by Janet Jackson at least once and recognized that Joni Mitchell sample, like those little things like made me more closer to his music, knowing that I've listened to him at least, you know, a few times in my lifetime before I found Donuts, like even like Buster Rhymes or something. Probably like heard a Buster Rhymes track. Like there's so many. There's just his discography was deep. Let's say that.
Oh, oh, we could we could go on for hours on that.
I know. I know.
It's funny you bring up Busta, because Busta's known for a lot of records, but not many of them are his Dilla records.
Hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
His hits aren't Dilla records.
No, but the most interesting songs that he's made are Dilla records, like The Shining.
Genesis.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I heard Genesis.
Yeah.
It was like, the way Dilla flipped that sample. You were just like, you're like, you did that? Oh my god! And you hear the
Right.
original. It's like, damn, that's what you did to it. Oh my god!
Mhm.
Jeez. Like I
Dude,
said,
you
we
you
could go
gotta
on.
listen. You gotta listen to the Elzai Fat Cat Cold Steel flip. That there's a video on YouTube where this DJ plays the original sample, and he
Mm,
like he flips. He plays the first part of the sample in the beat, and then he flips the record and he's like, he took this one too, this little piece, and then you can hear everything in your head just like forming, like the whole
Yeah.
beat is just forming in your head. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, like patience. That's the man had true patience, you know. But he moved fast. Like he works on like beats in 10 minutes flat. That's it, because he
Yeah.
had it
Yeah.
prepared. It was prepared all in his head already. He mapped it out in his head.
Man, he wasn't mapping that shit out, dog. That was coming from his soul, man.
Both. Come on,
That
man. You
that
gotta
that was
have. He
that was
was.
not that was not pre-planned in any whatsoever. Dilla walked up to his gear and then it just came out.
But he would prepare the records, right? Like he would listen to records for hours. Then
Oh
he would
yeah,
like
of course, yeah.
choose. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying? That's what I
definitely.
mean. That's
The
what I
listening
mean.
sessions. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Most def,
Like
most def.
Common, like when Dilla and Common were in his basement, or I think, yeah, it was either Dilla's or Common's basement in L.A. or like Detroit. Dilla would just make beats like and listen to records for hours, just like finding samples, and then once he made it, once he hopped on the MPC 3000, that's when everything just came together so quickly because everything was already premeditated in his own mind, and it's like you said, it's part of his soul, right? Like every record he touched was like belonged to him, basically. That's how I felt when I listened to
Yeah, he
like
like I said, we could go on and on about Dilla.
yeah, yeah, I know, but
But
I
this show's
wanted
about
to give him
Kuya.
I
The
wanted
show's
to give
about
him his
Kuya. Come on
praise.
now.
Yeah.
So peep this. You were introduced to the culture via the music.
Mhm.
Now, what was it about the music that specifically spoke to you though?
um I would say just like I was really into like just how soulful music was. I am the type of person to, instead of like listening to um let's say a Tech Nine, or someone who's just like really lyrical and has like hard beats, I would um steer in a different direction and listen to like more mellow stuff. Like I've always been that way. I'm just a mellow guy in general, but you know, making music for me is like purely like emotion. Like it's all my feelings and my emotions pouring into the music. And what was the question again?
How about this? Let's move on to the next one
Okay,
because it's basically a progression from the last one.
sure.
Once you discover the music and fall in love with the music,
Hmm.
when did you have your epiphany moment when you realized, you know what? I think that I vibe so tough with this. I think that I could contribute.
Hmm. Mm, it started with the homie Malcolm J. Actually, I have to give him his props. We're not that close anymore. We're kind of like distant. It's like I feel like we're distant relatives. We grew up together, and he introduced me to making beats at 11, and playing. And his mom taught me how to play the drums in their house on Home Street. So I was around them. They were a musical family, and he was rapping, so that motivated me to like get a mic, or at least a shitty setup, and like really try rapping and making beats at the same time. And we formed the Happy Unfortunate when both our dads died in the same week. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. Isn't that like kind of like serendipity in a way,
That is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, that's why we're connected. Like no matter what, I don't care. Like if he thinks that whatever, like because there's a lot of things people know about me, or like don't know about me, but Malcolm knows me really well. It's just that I think he had to distance himself for a bit. I was going through a lot of stuff in the past 10 years, so addiction, things like that. So Still, I still consider myself a recovering addict, and I'm just in a blessed place right now. I live outside the city
Say word.
with my family, my brothers. Um, yeah, I take care of my mom as much as I can because she's getting older. So um, yeah,
More life, Bridget. More life.
more life.
That's sick. So the Happy Unfortunate that you guys dropped when? What year was that?
'07.
07. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how many records did you
The
put out?
summer of '07.
Summer of '07. How many records were you able to put out before?
Disbanding.
Yeah.
We had our freshman record, which got a Western Canadian Music Award, "No Time to Sleep." That was through the help of Battle Axe Records. It's the same guys who signed Swollen Members, I think. And we got to really experience some cool shit from that. And some cool opportunities were definitely, um, you know, shown through that. But sorry, Jake, could you repeat the question again?
Well, that actually makes me want to ask this question. How did the
Okay.
connection with Battle Axe come about?
Um, that I think that's more of a question for Malcolm. He's the one who set it
Okay.
all up.
Okay.
He was the one who was like forefronting the business side of our music. I was the
Okay.
quiet guy who made beats and rap.
Right.
I would go to a
Okay.
conference and not say anything.
It's all good. It's all good.
Mhm.
I mean, it's been fairly obvious since we like actually first started talking that you're more of like the low key, the low key
uh,
dude.
I try to be. I'm trying to be more outgoing now, but I still like my my quiet space and being left alone. I don't
Oh,
like
we all
I
do.
don't I don't like partying as much anymore. I'm getting older, so like
Yeah.
I'm not in my 20s anymore, So
True that.
um, I'm just trying to focus on music and trying to be successful with it.
So post Happy Unfortunate,
Hmm.
how long after the last project you put out did you yourself know, you know what? I'm not done. I
Hmm.
still got something to say.
After the Happy Unfortunate project,
Yeah.
the last one,
Yeah.
um, the thing is like as as much as I was in a band, I always had my solo career just as backup because I was putting everything into the Happy Unfortunate at one point, and then on the side, I was making like over 200,000 streams on SoundCloud, and like
Okay.
doing things as Envoy when I was Envoy of the Happy Unfortunate, and that's how I linked up with Dumbfounded and Anderson Paak, things like that when I was Envoy. Now I'm Kuya, and things are a little different, but like I still carry the same integrity with me, with music.
What prompted the change in name?
That's funny that you asked because I talked to one of my friends. Shout out to Kaioken. He's a longtime supporter of me and Malcolm. He's also an MC who kind of grew up with in a way, but um, uh, I'm really trying to remember these these questions.
It's all good,
I,
fam. It's all good.
I always like what did sorry. Uh,
Yo, it's all good. Trust. It's all gravy. It's all
cool,
gravy. We're
cool.
we're rolling. We're rolling. I listened to some of the stuff that you've got up on Bandcamp.
Hmm.
You've got a decent amount of music on there. Damn. Oh, I was truthfully I was surprised. obviously because like I said, you're a bit of a ubiquitous mystery.
Hmm.
So was not expecting to see the volume of music that I saw. So I was like, damn, okay.
Hmm.
And after listening to some stuff, the Beats and Remixes, volume 1, 2, and 3, more 2 and 3,
Hmm.
the West Side Gun remix one.
Hmm.
Um, there's a solo project that you have up on Bandcamp on SoundCloud
Hmm.
that you dropped this year,
Oh yeah, the demo. Yeah, my
right?
album that I'm working on. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
with lyrics and like actual rap and
Yeah, yeah,
singing. Yeah, I don't really push that because it's just like a demo, right? It's like I want
for sure.
people to check out my music, but I don't like put it in front of their face. Like, check out this album, like it's the best thing ever. Like I have to work
It's a,
on it
that one.
still,
Well,
so
well, that's a demo, so that's obviously just a work in progress.
it's a work in progress for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I plan to release it hopefully in fall during Nuit Blanche, and I have some
Okay,
projects along the way for that. Yeah.
okay, nice. So hearing your production, which
Hmm.
first of all, one thing that I've really got to say, and I'm sure you've heard this already on
Hmm.
more than one occasion, but what? Your production? What? Like, what?
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Damn! Seriously, your chops, dog. What? God
It's
damn.
yeah, it's been through a lot of changes. My music production style. I used to rock with MPC. I had the MPC 2000 classic, the one that Kanye used in the Runaway film. That was my first MPC. It had floppy disks that you had to load in. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. And I had a few MPCs after that, and then finally, like after kind of being away from music production because of um, things like homelessness or like addiction. I had the opportunity thanks to my friend Ruben, one of my really close friends who helped support me. He put a down payment on an SP404 Mark II for me, and I was able to get into music production
Nice,
again. So that's why you
nice.
see all that volume of music, all those volumes of music, because I've been driven to like really put in the work, you know.
Well, obviously, that's been sitting in you, just waiting to come out.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like, yo, honestly, salute, Brethren. You're fucking dope, guy.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. You too.
Oh shit.
I've seen your skills too, and I'm impressed.
Well, this isn't about me.
Undeniable.
This is about you, man.
Still, I know, I know.
Oh
I gotta
shit.
give you your props too. I can't just take it.
Ah,
I gotta work
that's
on
not why
stuff
we're
myself.
here. That's not why
Okay.
we're here. We're here to talk about you. And like, I don't want to turn this into a glaze fest. Why don't you break down how this situation with Anderson Paak came about?
Okay. So I did a little research recently about how Dumbfounded and Anderson Paak knew each other, and um, around the time I think this was 2010, Anderson Paak had lost his job. He just had a kid, and Dumbfounded was a rising star, right? Like he was a battle rapper who was very well known, and he was putting out albums. And then Anderson Paak got an opportunity to work for Dumbfounded as his assistant. And then when I hit up Dumbfounded for a track, just emailed him beats. He was like, "I want this one," and then he made a video on YouTube showcasing his rap for it. And then I didn't know that there would be an actual hook. I thought it would just be a throwaway track that he put out on YouTube. Then later on, like a year later or something, he tells me that Breezy Lovejoy is on it, aka Anderson Paak. And it blew my mind because I'm like, I already love this guy as Breezy Lovejoy. I didn't know he was gonna become this guy who worked for Dr. Dre, and like, you know, it's crazy. So like, I'm really blessed. Like, and I, for example, like last night, I posted a post about their new movie that they put out on Netflix, Dumbfounded and Anderson Paak, his directorial debut called K-Pops, featuring him and his son. And it was a touching movie. It almost made me cry because it reminded me of me and my dad. And I,
Okay.
yeah, and then because it's about like an estranged, um, father son relationship because stuff
Mm.
like that, and
Hmm.
lost love, finding your way back to your center, things like that. And I related to it. Um, so I wrote a little blurb on my story saying how blessed I felt after watching it, and I added Anderson Paak and Dumbfounded reposted it saying much love, Kuya Beats with the prayer hands, and I just felt like, wow, like that's I know validation is like I don't need validation. I know that my music is dope and stuff, but like knowing that I grew up on like seeing this guy rap and like become a star and like now is a movie star and everything, it just makes me feel like I'm in the circle. You know, like I'm in like I was like joking to somebody at a public domain saying like, oh, I feel like I'm like part of the Grammy family because Anderson
Yeah,
just through connection, just
yeah,
through small
yeah,
connections, you know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
So yeah, yeah,
I have that quality of music that people will gravitate to no matter what genre, you know?
yes, I do. You show that versatility with your beats and remixes series, which I
Thanks,
highly
bro.
recommend. Highly recommend that folks peep those because, woo, you sleeping if you're not checking these out. Trust. There was a joint on the West Side Gun remix,
Mm-hmm.
the freestyle.
Oh yeah, the din 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 di
You
di
said
di di di. Di.
close to you, right?
Pardon?
For didn't you sample close to you for that?
Oh, that's a different one. Yeah, the close to you one. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the one.
It was
Yeah.
listed as it was listed as freestyle.
Right. Um. Yeah. I sampled an old video from like over 15 years, like over 10 years ago on YouTube. Uh, Not that it was directly straight from YouTube. I found the guy's Bandcamp. It was an
Mm,
instrumental, and I wanted to make a remix with West Side Gun and this beat, and it
mm,
kind of like like it's like you think West Side Gun would just rap on like the hardest like piano stabs, like boom, like or like a conductor Williams type beat or something. But like I wanted to change up the vibe. I wanted
yeah,
to add a little more like you know uh, mellowness to it,
yeah,
and it yeah, I really like how that turned out. To be honest,
yeah. It was a dope joint,
thanks,
and I
man.
wanted to make sure I mentioned it because, and not like I didn't hear a gang of dope shit, but that just kind of stuck in my head because like,
Trust
damn,
me, I know how music like for me music is like people can listen to a full album. Me, I have like a low attention span, so I'll listen to like a track and then maybe go back and like listen to another track, and just like certain songs in an album that I just stick to, and that was probably for you, the close to you one.
it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because listening to music has always been a two-sided coin because especially if you're in the industry, whether you are an artist or a producer or in marketing or in A&R. Well, A&Rs don't really exist anymore, but when they did, uh,
Mm-hmm.
or in media or in any way, shape, or form connected to the industry,
Mm-hmm.
music was always viewed in one of two ways, which is not the normal way to listen to music. And that's listening to music because someone is promoting their music to you for you to pay attention and possibly write about it or interview them for a segment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the flip is just a general love of music and just
Mm-hmm.
loving music and just completely.
Mm-hmm.
As a creative, I've got to ask you:
Okay.
Can you still listen to music objectively as a fan because you're an artist and thereby connected to the industry? Are you able to still objectively listen to music, or does the artist always come out and say, I respect what you did there, but I would have flipped it better? And yo, those chops were dope, but you were off key on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, can you still listen to music?
Mm, man.
I know you know
um.
what I'm talking about. Every creative in the world out there can understand it.
Mhm. Uh. It's always different.
Yeah,
It's always a different experience, no
yeah,
matter like what it is, what kind of music it is. Like it really just depends on my mood and how I receive it. You know, if I listen
yeah.
to it in headphones, for example, I'm more closer to it. I'm more like,
Oh yeah, every
you
time,
know, if I'm on my
every time.
phone, just listening on my phone, I'm like, oh, where's the bass? Where's this? You know, like you have to have the right set of like tools in order to process music properly. That's
Yeah,
why I'm still
yeah.
analog, right? I'm an analog guy. Like I have a mixer. I don't have a fucking Scarlett. I don't. I have a SP404. Everything's plugged into my mixer, into my speakers. I have a turntable. I don't really dive into the whole digital thing too often, but I still like think that you know it's cool to like, for example, make beats on the iPad or you're on your phone. Like that's cool. Um, you can sample anything you want. Like there's no
Oh yeah,
rules. You know what I'm saying? Madlib,
totally.
for example, makes beats on his iPad. The whole Freddie Gibbs
Yeah.
Madlib album was made on an iPad. So
Whatever helps you get the ideas out,
mhm.
straight up.
It doesn't matter what tools you use; it's
No,
how you
it
use
really
it.
doesn't. Yeah, exactly. I think when because let's be honest, it's because we're nerds.
Yeah, we're
When
serious nerds.
nerds start
We're
talking tech,
nerds.
like let's be
Word
real,
up.
that's what it is. It's because we're nerds.
Mhm.
And when we start, when people start to push on our accepted boundaries, we start to get a little itchy. That's just because we're nerds, y'all. Music
Mhm.
nerds are like, we're the most, we're the most critical motherfuckers. Okay.
That's true. That's so
Because
true.
we dissect shit
Yeah.
to the smallest iota. While the regular person listens to music like, oh, yo, vibes.
Yeah.
We'll be there like listening to it on cans. We'll be listening to it in the whip,
Right.
listening to it on an actual sound system and comparing all the sounds. How does this sound via every method? And you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
we're just too busy analyzing it.
I love it though. I, I I
Yeah,
I
man.
just love music so much
Yeah,
that
man.
analyzing music is like the like people say
It's second nature.
yeah, people say that you need 30 seconds to fully hear music, like accept
True.
what's like coming into your ears and then make
Yeah.
it make sense.
Yeah.
But for producers, for DJs, we hear something right away, we know it's gold. We know there's
Yeah.
something special about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it's because I think what eventually ends up happening is we train our ears,
Hmm.
and as the longer we're doing something, yo, it's constantly training, and we train our ears to start listening for dope shit.
Hmm.
That's what
As
it
simple
is.
as that. Simple
Yeah,
as that.
and for each person, because we all have different tastes, a lot of our tastes overlap. But let's be honest, as individuals, we've all got different tastes.
Hmm.
It's just that our tastes
We all
overlap.
have different upbringings. We all have different.
Yeah,
We all lived in different environments growing up. You know,
exactly.
some of us have like Portuguese neighbors growing up playing other shit, or like, you know, it can span to like so many different things, right?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
yeah.
One thing that I definitely had to touch on before we break out
Mhm.
is listening to the demo. I heard a lot of promise, and I saw like I could see some of the other influences outside of hip hop creeping into what you
Mhm.
were doing there. And I
Yeah.
was digging it. I was like, "You go, boy! You
Oh
go,
man,
boy!"
I appreciate that. I really do because I was doubting that project a lot, but I just wanted to put it out and be like, okay, this is a demo, but then I'm gonna add like instruments from session musicians later on. I'm gonna add more vocalists. I'm gonna mold the sound to how I really want it. I'm gonna master it maybe by somebody else. Like this is all me, right?
Hmm.
That's why it was just like something I had to put out there. Um, like for example, one track that's on there is called "The Healing." Um, the artist I sampled, her name is Loli. She's from Hawaii or LA. Not sure which one, but I think they live in both places, and she approved of it. She approved of me sampling her
Oh,
music,
sick!
and
Dope.
she's Filipino, so like that made it
Oh,
even more
okay.
special to
There
me.
you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, so I'm gonna get like local artists on it, more Filipino artists, Makina too, and make it more like, you know, just just make it sound really dope.
Say word. No,
Hmm.
that's dope. One of the sounds that I heard in a couple of instances was a little bit of veering off into a little indie pop,
Indie pop, yeah. Okay, so
and I was like,
"Love You
okay,
Now," maybe that's the one you're talking about, where I sing,
yeah.
yeah, and
I
there's
was like,
piano
come on now,
embellishments. Yeah,
yeah, and I'm like,
I have
come on now, let's
shout
go.
out to shout outs to Kuya, my homie, my close homie. He loves that song. When he first heard it, he's like, "Is this you?" So
No,
that's
it's
how
cool,
I
man.
know. That's how I know it was a good one because like it takes people like people have expectations of your music all the time, especially if they're
Yes,
used to
especially
hearing it.
yes, yes, and you defied expectations with that joint.
Hmm.
And I appreciated that. I was like, see, I was not expecting that motherfucker. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, you went there? Yo, okay.
Shout
So
outs
there's
to Tyler
definitely
Kemp. Shout outs to Tyler Kemp, my engineer. He
okay.
like he's kind of like my engineer, but kind of not. He's more so like of a person who's just like a mentor to me in terms of
Right.
engineering and mastering and
Right.
mixing. But
Okay.
he's the one who mixed and mastered that track for me, and he figured out all the plugins for the piano. I play the piano. I everything. So like basically just like transferred the tracks over to him and the stems, and turned out to be a really good song.
Okay. There you go. Yo, definitely salute to him. Most
Hmm.
def. Well,
Yeah,
yo, man, I'm glad we got to open up the Kuya bag a little bit and learn a little
yeah.
bit more about you.
Thank you,
What
man.
what's guaning with your upcoming movements?
So recently just found out that the WAG has free Wednesdays, right? So
Yes. Yep.
gonna talk to the people there, the execs, or like people
Dope.
working there to get involved into maybe a potential show,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
performance,
That's what it's. That's why that night exists.
and yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And Nui Blanche, shout outs to Pink Panda and Tree Tree. They hit me up. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna make an animation, or we're gonna make an animation, and we want you to score it, a minute long animation,
Nice.
and it's gonna be
Okay.
part of Nui Blanche if we get the grant accepted."
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really excited for that too. Hopefully, it goes through, comes comes together.
And you mentioned hopefully maybe the demo becomes an actual mastered version by that time as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to hustle. Yeah.
Yeah, time is ticking. It's already June.
No
Yo,
doubt.
but I really want to salute you, brethren.
Thanks,
I
brother.
really like what I'm hearing. Like you are gifted, guy.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
Jeez. You are gifted.
You have a gift too. You know who's dope, and you hook up people. You put people together. You're part of you know so many dope things like Studio
You're not
393, for
making this
example.
about me, man.
I will.
That's
I
not how it's
will.
gonna go.
Okay.
Yo,
Shout out to Studio
Pete.
393 though, because
Oh, of course,
that's where
all day,
yeah, yeah.
all day. So your Bandcamp, right? You're on
hmm
Bandcamp. Let people
Bandcamp,
know your Bandcamp.
Apple Music, Spotify, all the streaming platforms basically. But
SoundCloud.
yeah, SoundCloud. You can check out my old music, my as an envoy on SoundCloud. Um, a lot of it's on there. I also have a Bandcamp for my old music, but check out the new music because I've improved a lot. Let's say that.
There you go. There you go.
hmm
Well, yo, man, thank you once again for spending time with us in the
Thanks, J
lounge space.
Boogie.
It definitely won't be the last time. Hopefully, you'll be down to come back.
I hopefully, yeah, I will hopefully.
Say word. Okay. Word up. Well, thank you once again for spending time with us. Kuya in the place to be done. No.
My pleasure. Thank you. Salute.